Hello class, I wanted to go over Module 4 with you. This is our first major speech, and so I want to go over everything. It is highly important that you review all of the information. You don't want to end up going forth with a topic that's on the list of topics not to do. So make sure that you are looking at the resources. We are on a 3 to 5 minute speech. The directions are right here, and then there's a student example, a student outline, which you will have to utilize. But let's look at what topics you can and cannot do. Again, this is 3 to 5 minutes. If you give a speech that's a minute and a half, I will start you at half credit. You have to meet time. So you can't do a demonstration speech. It's not a how-to. And you can't do a first-person speech. So it can't be, let me tell you about my time at band camp. It's not a speech like that. So you could give a speech about band camp. It could say, let me tell you about the A, B, and C at band camp. And you could integrate maybe a few statements of first person. And you will have a credibility statement in your introduction. But this is not a first-person narrative speech. So I want you to read through all the directions here about the topics you cannot do. I want you to pick something that's original, something that you that you like, you know. No research. This is not a research speech. So the first thing you're going to do is submit your topic for approval. So you've got to make sure you fully answer these questions. So you have four different questions, and so 4 different paragraphs. When you respond to your peers, if you just don't be like, great topic, really compare the topic to the direction. So for example, if you see somebody post the topic of sleep, and that's clearly on the list of topics not allowed, maybe you should point that out to your peer. If you notice somebody's doing a demonstration speech, note that. And so don't just say great topic and move on. Those kind of responses aren't counted as your responses to your peers anyway. I'm looking for thoughtful, original, substantive, I teach speech, substantive responses to your peers. So that's what I'm looking for there. And so after you get approval, don't go forward until you get approval. Then you're going to submit your outline. You have to follow the student example. It's referenced here. There's a lesson. Let me move that where you can see it. There's a lesson and an example. It has to look just like that. Attention grabber, reason to listen, thesis, credibility statement, your preview of your main points in a complete sentence, A, B, and C. You are required to follow that student example, and there's a lesson over it right there. And so you have to make sure that you watch those 2 things so you know if you're doing it correctly. So after you do that, then you're going to submit your visual aid. So the direction in the resources right here, this is the lesson that you have to watch on how to do the visual aid. And then you are going to post the link to your speech and then respond to 2 peers. And so that is what we're doing for Module 4. All of the lessons and information is there. If you don't take the time to do them, you're going to find yourself extremely frustrated. So you can circumvent all of that by reviewing the resources. I've hyperlinked the lessons, and they're all right here in resources. If you want to run a topic by me before you post it and do your whole entire discussion over it, then email me your credibility and your what your key points will be, and I can approve that there. Remember that the submission section, the submission comment box there is only for me to leave you feedback. It's not a communication tool. You cannot upload Google Docs. You can save them as a PDF, but Google Docs won't open. I hope this helps. If you have questions, let me know.